I was thinking about something. I was thinking about something as I was getting ready to stream, and this reminds me of something. Anyway, hold on. Sorry. Good morning. Hopefully, everybody's been doing fine. Marcus sideways and not as favorable. So hopefully, everybody has a sanity together, and you're having patience, and hopefully, everyone's doing okay. But what I will say is, this reminds me of before the stream. I was thinking this reminds me of this time. I've always been a church kid. Like my mom didn't play, so I was a church kid. But I remember this one time, my friends they went to this party, and not party concert. They went to this concert, and one of my boys he was talking about how he got he's like, man, this junk is lame because they were starting late or whatever, like the main act or whatever they arrived late. So he's waiting for the party to start, everybody standing around or whatever. And so he was, he was talking, it's lame. I'm just standing around, man. I'm tired. And so pretty much he got impatient. He went home. And so the next day, everybody was telling him like how the concert went. He's like, yeah, man, they had some like special acts and stuff. And he was like, man, blah blah was there, whatever. And he was like, yeah. He was like, man, I don't care, man. Forget that jump, man. That jump was lame anyway. It was taking too long. And they just kept amping on like all the stuff that was happening at the party and telling him all the different artists that was coming or whatever. He kept laying like, man, whatever. I don't even care, man. I wasn't finna stick around for that junk. It was taking too long to start or whatever. Then one of my boys like, yeah, man, an old girl was there. This girl he wanted to talk to. He's like, yeah, old girl was there too. And he was like, for real or whatever. And it turns out like another dude ended up going home with the girl, or whatever, getting her number or something like that. And that's when he finally blew up and he's like punched a wall or something or whatever. Pretty much I'm saying, like with this whole thing now, I know like a lot of people are tired. They're like, we've been in the market this whole time waiting for stuff to happen, this, that, and the other. And so a lot of people gonna leave and then they're gonna hear about the party later. And I'm telling you, I know even though I'm smiling about that story, it's not gonna be funny with the crypto market because you're like, man, I'm just here early, whatever. I've been waiting around and they doing this tariff stuff and the market sideways and Bitcoin keep going up and down. Altcoins not moving. We ain't had an alt season yet. And then, but this is a chance to change your life, man. This is not the one you want to hear back later and pretend that you're not upset about it, and then be at the home punching the wall or whatever. Because even though, like I said, I laughed about it, that's what's gonna happen to a lot of people. And the only thing I can say is for the people who watch my channel and the people that's been here, I don't want that to happen to you because it's definitely coming. It's definitely coming. Um, it's just a matter of having patience or whatever. I know I'm not even gonna talk about the pattern stuff today. I'm still looking at, actually I got to do a lot of work on that today. But yeah, overall, whether I'm right, whether somebody else is right, when it comes, it's definitely coming. And I don't want people to get scared of the market. And I see a lot of people saying, yeah, I keep saying, I try to say this as much as I can and stream as much as I can to remind y'all, a lot of people just say crap for clickbait to get you in your emotions because it gets them engagement. Somebody says, man, I think the cycle's over. Then everybody gets in the comments like, really? Why you think it's over? And they just get engagement farming or whatever. But yeah, it's definitely not. It's not over, and you just got to have patience to weather the storm, whatever. As I always say. But yeah, man. Like I said, I mean, I still like I was going to talk about it. Yeah, I definitely believe I'm something bullish where the pattern shows me that it's not supposed to be going up. Then I feel like it's a fake out, and that's what they did. I mean, even the way they did it was kind of like it wasn't hard to tell that they were just trying to pump the market up to exit whatever places they want to exit at. And so I think we went up to like 88, 89,000 at one point. Then we went back down to 80,000. And today we up to 84. It's back up to 84, 85. And of course, like I said, a lot of people think they're waiting on the tariff news, but I'm still sticking by. I really don't believe any of that. I just think these are just things they put in place to make you feel like the market should be going up and down. I'm not really focused on any of that stuff. What I do watch is what happens. Never mind, it's too much to get to. But anyway, be patient. Another thing I keep saying over and over, they are steady. They're steadily printing stable coins, y'all. Like nothing, these stable coins haven't moved. As I'm saying, usually when you're in a bull market and they print stable coins, I'm just throwing this out there. Say it's January. They print some stable coins. And you're like, okay, cool. A run is coming. And we'll run from January. I'm just throwing out stuff. January to March. Run from January to March. Stable coins get used up. People buy stuff. People take profits in stable coins. Then there's another wave of stable coins printed. But that's not what's been happening this time. They just been printing billions. It's billions and billions and billions of stable coins just waiting. Ethereum, Solana, Tron, all over the place. So there's another reason for you to know it's not over. But a lot of people get impatient because they're like, when? A lot of people gonna exit the market, think, man, I'm gonna come back when. I'm trying to tell you, you're not gonna know when comeback when is, because it only takes a couple of days for you get comfortable being outside the market and not paying attention, and you come back in. You be like, yeah, 2 weeks ago was when the run started, and you missed 10 and 20x gains and stuff. Of course, like I said, of course the alt season, which I think everybody knows, right, is probably not going to look the same. Like I keep saying, because we have too many projects out there. But anyway, one thing I want to talk about, which the thumbnail is about, the bad guys becoming the good guys. I don't want to say they're the bad guys, but what I've been doing for the last week, probably since last Tuesday, and of course, not only is the market kind of quiet and not much going on, but I've been really quiet. But it's not been. It hasn't been easier for me. Actually, it's been much harder because even one group I was talking to my lady yesterday. We was trying to take care of some stuff, and I started reading. I started catching up on news at probably 8 a.m. and I was supposed to stream yesterday. And by the time 11 o'clock came up, I still had so much more to read. But what I'm saying is a lot of projects are like gearing up for launches, no matter where the market is, like the big launch I'm going to talk about in a minute. I think I saw somebody ask about it. But these projects are getting to a point now where they're like, well, we got to go and launch or whatever. And I've just been having to like read so much in the discourse, trying to keep up what's going on. The sentiment of the people in the communities or whatever, because communities do help or whatever. But yeah, there's a lot of, it's just weird, man. It is weird that we're not getting a big run right now. But yeah, the projects are going ahead and launching, and I guess the I guess the benefit would be that you have a little time to even do your own research, to see like what project's going to be bullish. Because as I've been saying, like the whole year, when the bull market starts, it's hard to like do research fast because the market's flying so fast. And even though y'all think this is like bearish and y'all not liking what's going on, like it's kind of good because you have a time to look at the communities and look at the projects versus in bull market last time. For one, we didn't have as many tools to keep up with project launches. They just kind of came out of nowhere. You saw something launched on exchange and KuCoin or whatever, be like, blah, 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 is getting listed today. And then you go try to do quick research. Right now, some of the stuff is launching and some of the big projects and they're dumping. And so you got a chance to get in. The one big project that thought was going to be all, secret hush hush and big, like guns. There's still some real iffy stuff going on over there. I haven't even talked about I think one project I said I was bullish on like months and months ago. And since then I haven't said like which projects I'm really bullish on, because a lot of stuff you've been bullish on, everything's just been kind of like tanking on launch or whatever, because it's a slow market. There's not a lot of liquidity in the market right now. But anyway, I'll say that somebody's gonna be pissed off, because the main problem this cycle has been greed. Launching too many projects and the valuations coming out too high. As I say 1,000 times, like you could have got Solana at 20 million, 60 million market cap. Solana, like last cycle. And now it's at, what is it at now? It's in the billions, 50 billion. It doesn't matter. But you can't get that anymore because they're launching these high valuations. And like I said a couple of months ago, now you got these projects coming out. They're like, all right, cool, we're not going to launch as high, but then they screwing the investors on the front end that invested in the first rounds or whatever. Let me say this too, and I'm not trying to be petty, but let me say this too. Always know when somebody's telling you a truth with a half of a lie. So with the project, there are some people that missed, the early investors that missed some of their the tokens they were supposed to get on launch. You know what I mean? But there's some people that still did, and they're using the excuse like, hey, a lot of these investors didn't get their money or whatever, so you should hop in because it's so good to get into now, because there's not a lot of people holding tokens. There are people still holding tokens, y'all. Don't fall for that BS. And they just trying to get people to FOMO in it, so they dump it. But yeah, it's a real interesting cycle. But a lot of these projects, as I've been reading in the discords, to be honest, it might be better for you, but they pissing off the community. So that's why I just been like reading a lot of stuff and watching how the community's reacting, because they are taking, to be honest, they're taking allocations away from the community and the people that's been there a long time, whether that be investors or people who were staking to get certain rewards or airdrops and stuff like that, because they're trying to come out at lower valuation so people would want to buy it when it hits the market, trying to make themselves more competitive. But if they wasn't greedy from the beginning, we wouldn't be having these problems to start with. And I mean, a lot of people say it was going to catch up with them, and it's ugly right now. Sorry for those that come in and thought he's going to get rich in 2 days, but it's been a crazy market. But I do feel like I said, you can get richer here faster and make more returns on your money faster than any other industry. As I've been saying for weeks and months now, just keep collecting your dry powder. So you, for one, keep collecting your dry powder so you have something to spend. I don't even know how that felt, but so you have something to spend. And if you aren't, say if you feeling a little leery, like dang, like oh, this market's not moving, is it gonna move? And blah blah blah. Influencer said it's over. Well, collecting dry powder, that don't mean you put it in the market, but you do have it ready or whatever. So that's what I just been doing, collecting dry powder, whatever. Of course, like I said, some stuff is still at good DCA points right now, but um, I just been watching other stuff right now. But yeah, the VCs are trying to correct their wrongs, but they just well, the VCs, the teams, it's all of them together, and trying to come out at lower valuations. To be honest, it seems bullish, and I understand how people say it bullish, but I didn't think that product was coming out that low of a market cap. But then the circulating versus fully diluted that's a huge difference. So, oh, sorry, let me say that the problem with the project is um, because they changed the stuff with invest whatever. Nobody the mission schedules before, I'm pretty sure that's changed, so now nobody knows, even though they're like, oh cool, we're helping people out by coming to lower valuation. I don't think that I've seen that there's any solid information on what the mission is going to be like with the tokens come out in the future. What if it's just like the first 2 months or whatever? And maybe somebody has this information, I don't. Maybe the first 2 months they don't have a lot of the supply on the market, but then 2 months later they just start dumping it on you. So until that information is found out, I'm kind of staying away. And you don't have to be in every hot project, every big project to make money. It's just a lot of stuff going on in the market right now. So yeah, a lot of projects are coming out, and it's a crazy market. It's crazy, but I will say don't leave. He's like this is a chance to change your life. If you want to take a picture 2 days or something, and making sure you don't get left behind, because it will suck to be in here this long and then miss the big runs. Um, I already talked about that. The VCs realizing they messed up. Um, oh yeah, that's another thing I got to note on. Yeah, because another thing that's happening, especially with the lower market cap stuff, you got to realize a lot of them. I'm going to use games for example, because my I'm just okay. So say they put the game out. So they put the game out because they're letting you know, like, we got a working product. We're not just one of these fake gaming projects or whatever. Well, a lot of these projects were supposed to have their updates or their refreshes, like, ooh, now we got new skins or whatever. That stuff was supposed to be happening months ago. And so what's happening is a lot of these projects, not just gaming, I just use them as an example, but because they're not giving updates to people in the community, like, oh, this project's not working. And I keep saying it's like, it's not that they're not working. They just don't want to waste marketing, their marketing catalysts or whatever for like the exchange listings and the updates and all that kind of stuff. Um, so yeah, that's what's going on a lot, and nobody knows what to do. Nobody knows what to do. To how we keep the community going if we don't give them updates and new news about the project or whatever. So it's really crazy. Everybody had their stuff set up for the 4 year cycle, and this part of the cycle being bullish. Like I was saying the other day, like people saying like, oh, should we buy this project or whatever? And I was saying like, you got to realize this is where the people thought the market was going to be hot. So a lot of these tokens are going to have emissions coming out right now. Like some of them 20, 30, 40% of the supply or whatever. So they trying to get people to FOMO into the project so they can dump on them. And you don't want to fall for that, because unfortunately, like I said, the new retail that everybody thought was going to come in hasn't come in. We are still the retail. Um, you know what I mean? So you got to realize they gonna play. It's some smooth talkers in this space, and I keep telling. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I know it's probably not what y'all want to hear. I don't talk like nobody else in the space, but I'm ready to get out of here, to be honest. 'Cause I don't, like I said, when I got my other channels, I don't have to trick people and coax them and clickbait and stuff to get. I just say whatever it is on my channels, and they make money and revenue or whatever. But in this space, it's so deceitful, so many manipulative games or whatever. And then people like saying pretending they're your friend, like, oh look at this alpha I'm giving you, but they're really using it against you. And as you FOMO into the coins, they slowly, start taking their profits on you, and then like, well, I guess that's just what happened because that's where the market is right now. So yeah, I don't know if I want to talk about this. Actually, it's kind of it was new to me. I don't know how old the information is. Well, I was seeing with the meme coin AI, whatever the crap it is. I say it's a meme coin, but the act joint. I don't know if y'all remember a couple months ago. It's like it launched and it went down to like 8-9 million market cap, and then it got listed on Binance and went up to like 200, 300 million overnight, literally like overnight. But yeah, it's something about I think Wintermute was dumping a bunch of it today, and it tanked the token or whatever. It's a the update's still coming in on it or whatever. But I say that to say that's what I was saying with the same thing earlier. Sometimes you get addicted to like bullish news and not realizing people trick you. So if you make some money off something, go ahead and take your profits. This cycle is crazy. So I was seeing a lot of people complaining, but they was like, man, this was supposed to come back and I got a big bag of this or whatever, whatever. Um, you always got to know the game is rigged against you. I guess I should be saying more bullish stuff. I was like I say, you're gonna make money, but I gotta tell the truth at the same time. Like I said, I don't try to come on here feeding people false hopium. I'm pretty sure we'll get much more people watching if I just continue like say stupid moon boy stuff. But but yeah, you want to pay attention to right projects. I still think it's we're gonna make some money here. And know we're gonna make money. Not think, but know we're gonna make some money. But right now, you just gotta have patience. I see a lot of people. Even I said something the other week, and I was like talking about the pattern. I said a couple of weeks, and I saw these scam dudes come up. Like I know they saw what I said and try to repeat it. Let me tell you something. And maybe it's my fault too. Where I'm from, a couple of weeks is anywhere from 2 weeks to 30 weeks. I'm dead serious. So that's why I keep saying you people be following these people who are only listening to other people and trying to repeat what they said, but don't know what they're talking about. And so, like right after I made that video, and they heard me say that, like, "Oh, his pattern said a couple weeks." Man, I'm sorry, that's how I speak. Couple weeks is 2 to 30 weeks. You know what I mean? And I'm still watching and see. And like I said, I think somebody else was saying this morning. We can get some like runs here and there, but like far as alt season, we're still looking at it. But yeah, we can get some make some gains here and there. There's projects that are going to be coming out. Certain projects that we're in are going to be having certain catalysts that we can make money on. Um, but yeah, I'm so tired of the fakers in this space, man. But anyway, I'm trying to think of something bullish to say, man. I'm just saying what is what. But anyway, I've been in the discourse and trying to keep up with what projects are doing, and that's weird. All I can say is have patience. Please don't leave like, well, I did my best and I waited around. Don't leave the party too early, man. Don't leave the party before the main act, and then regret it. Because I tell you, it's funny when you watch it on TV, but I guarantee you somebody's gonna punch a wall because they were like, man, I should have just waited 1 month. Like, but I was tired. I was in this joint for 6 months and I'm tired. Some people come in 2 months and get tired and they're like, all right, I'm out of here. I was gonna make money overnight. But you can't do that in the stock market. You can barely get 100% on some of these stocks in that time. So have patience, stay here for the life changing money and all that good stuff. Let me see what y'all talking about in the comments. I don't know if I said everything, but um, I know I said the gist of it. Comments, questions, and concerns. Hold on, my monitor being weird right now. Oh, Katie Kate, what's up, Katie? Said good morning, Zoe. Good morning, you too. Snake said, what's up? What's up, man? I'm noticing it goes up 5% and then drops 10. What you talking about? You talking about BTC or gun? Because I think that's the only thing I talked about this live. All tokens do the same thing. There's too many coins. Yeah, it's too many. Man, the greed of everybody feeling like they was gonna come in and make a token and make a whole bunch of money and abusing people while having the valuations too high. Um, it's just they shot themselves in the foot, man. They shot themselves in the foot with doing this mess. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's they was trying to fake people out with that last pump, and I know when I said that, and I know it sounds weird to people like, oh, you're following the pattern. Ooh, pump. So it's just a false pump, which is why they used the tactic they did, sending a random video just to the digital summit. It wasn't nothing that on his Twitter page or official government announcement or anything to do with the politics or Cynthia Loomis, none of that. It was just like to the crypto boys or whatever. And like I said, they felt like we were stupid. Like, oh, let's say this to at this digital summit, and all the dumb crypto boys are gonna FOMO in and whatever. That's why I was like, it's a fake pump. And they were trying to get people to feed into it. But yeah, there's too many coins. Yeah, who are those bad guys becoming good guys? I was just talking. I mean, it's the only way I know how to say it. It's a thumbnail, but I was talking about like the VCs and the people that VCs and the teams that launched the projects. Like it finally caught up, like you said, with even guns. It was like they took money back from the investors, which I know y'all don't like to hear because y'all like, oh, somebody got in cheaper than me and bought in. Like the investors got in at this price, or VCs got in this price. That makes me so mad or whatever. But I'll be honest, I do feel bad for them because they invested like how long ago and was waiting for this. Because some of these guys, like I said, a lot of y'all new to the market, but some of these projects we've been tracking since last cycle, for like 5 years now, and I'm pretty sure I might be lying, but I'm pretty sure guns gotta be that's got to be at least a 4-year-old project, like for real. Like I don't think I'm exaggerating. It's about 4 to 5 years old. So think they invested back then, and then you get on the day and they're like, yeah, by the way, we're gonna keep some of y'all tokens, and we'll get them to y'all whenever they'll figure out a new emission schedule or whatever. So that's what's going on there. Um, like so he pumps 8%. Then dumps 12. Yeah, I actually like them, but the timing and when people was coming in the market, and like I said, a lot of people jumped on the bandwagon late. Like once it was like talked about everywhere, it was like, yeah, getting this one. And when I knew around that time this was what was going to happen, and people, the big wigs noticed, like, okay, it's in the spotlight right now, so they're going to use it to trade against y'all. And once again, some people are trying to, just change 10,000 into something. They just throwing in millions at a time and taking 10 and 12% here and there because they're like, oh, this is a popular token. Retail is gonna FOMO in. They know how to play the game against you. That's why I rather get in early. And I'm like, all right, so we got in early and it might dump a little bit, but we near the bottom. So whenever it pumps, people are gonna be pumping our bags or whatever. I don't want to jump into something after it's one of the most popular tokens on the market. Then you're late to the game, and then you susceptible to for the pump and dump stuff. What do you think BTC in the market will do this? What do you think BTC in the market will do this month? Like I don't know. I think you knew. I don't know if I saw your face before. Right now, well, be an actuary, and be honest, I never did it. I never did it. Not to the extent that my friends have, but I have a friend who stayed into it, and he's a real low key guy. Like I call him a basement dweller. No, not offense, but he's real low key chill. He's not even like he doesn't even have a mindset about like getting rich. Like it's not even on his mind. So he has a very calm demeanor. He's not affected by much. So he what I'm trying to say is he's very sound in mind. And so he still does this stuff, and he went on to be an actuary, and but he ended up getting out of it himself. I don't want to get into that. It's a really dangerous field if y'all don't know. But he stayed into it, and so me and him been working together to figure out patterns that they're using to pump and dump on us. Like a lot of people been saying this cycle, like, oh, this news came out, so therefore the market should be bullish. But why isn't it bullish? And nothing makes sense with the job numbers and unemployment numbers and stuff they've been putting out. And what he figured out when I was talking to him, well, first I started looking at it myself, and then I went to him and try to see what is what. And like I was, what the world? Did I just freeze up? Okay, I just froze up for a minute. Okay, I'm back now. Sorry about that. Did y'all hear me? I guess I don't know. Let me know if y'all was hearing me. Um, my monitor froze up. But anyway, he was looking at the pattern. He pointed out the patterns much faster than me. But anyway, we're trying to look at them and make sure that we have things down pat. Like I was telling people in the group, I don't want to sometimes I be feeling like they watching it. God, it's been happening the whole time I had this channel. Every time I start saying something important, all of a sudden my channel freezes or something crazy. But anyway, we're not trying to. I know it's like this crypto bro, especially crypto YouTube predicted stuff, and I told you first, and like, oh, let me tell you first so I can say I told you so. We're trying to make sure we get out the market in time and safely and understand the games they playing more so than trying to predict the future and be like people like, oh, it was Crypto Zoe that said it. He knew what he was talking about. Like I don't even care about that. I'm just trying to make this money and get out of here. No, I'm going to make this money and get out of here. I'm trying. I am. See, I'm saying trying again. I'm trying to delete the word. I am going to delete the word trying from my vocabulary. Man, it's so hard. Anyway, um, but yeah, that's what we're doing. Yeah, they froze you kind of lag, small glitch. Everyone, I don't know about everybody watching me, but yeah, that's not a coincidence. But yeah, that's what we at, man. I'm like I said, I'm really, I'm really tired of the crypto bro energy, man. I'm just being honest. I wanted to come here and make money and chill, but it's all this other extra stuff that you don't know comes with it, or that I didn't know because I was here last cycle. But last cycle we had a good group. Everybody was in the group helping each other, and it was no really PvP. It was just people like, yo, I found this great project. I did research on it. Hey, let's get in this one. We all make money together. And this cycle is just trash, man. It's crazy. All the competition, all the attitudes, all the whining. It's really different. But anyway, I don't want people to leave the market too early, like I said, before the party gets started, because it's definitely coming. Don't fall for the games. And at the same time, like I said, keep level head. There's a lot of people trying to put like this crazy hopium out there. I saw somebody this morning. It was like, ooh, breaking news. The government is going to use gold reserves to buy Bitcoin. Bro, that news is so freaking old, man. And I understand. Maybe I understand. I'm trying to be empathetic and realize that people don't have the patience and the like the mental stability that I have, because I'm like on chill mode now. I kind of see the games as being planned. I'm just waiting it out with patience, and maybe they need that hopium or whatever. But um, sometimes I think people try to use it against their audience, trying to make them FOMO into whatever they holding or whatever. But if you see that news, it's dirt old, man. That's like, it's not breaking news. Um, you know what I mean? It's not, no. So give me a plan. Give me a plan. I'm switching from mining crypto to vast AI rentals. Wait, give you a plan about what? Crypto to vast AI rentals. I'm not. I don't even dibble and dabble in that, so I don't. I don't even mind. I don't even mind anymore. But I don't do either one of those. You might have to find somebody else for that information. But anyway, have patience, y'all. I know it's not something that almost no one wants to hear. I know people got bills to pay, and you want Lambos you wanted to buy, and all that kind of crazy stuff. As I said on my channel the other day, I've changed even how I kind of thank God for the. I know y'all want to hear that. Y'all finna click off now, but I thank God for like the little downwards times we had in the market has made me change my mind on a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff going forward. Yeah, I changed my mind about a lot. Even stuff that I felt like was rewarding myself. I had to think about like, is this actually rewarding myself? One thing I know about having people around me that make a lot of money in the film and TV industry, they talk about it all the time, like buyer's remorse. Like, one of my friends, one of my colleagues, I don't know, say my friends, one of my colleagues and guys I know, he bought a Rolls Royce or whatever, and it was like he said it like wore off in like 5 weeks, and he was just like, it's not that he like regretted and then like, oh man, I lost money that I needed. Like he didn't need the money either. It just was like just in the driveway. It's like there's a rolls in the driveway. It didn't hurt him financially or whatever. It's just like, oh, I guess that was cool, but maybe I should have just rented or leased it or whatever. And be honest, I think it holds truth, because I think that he still got it, but I think it's got like real low miles on it, because I think his other cars are fun. He has like a lot of little sports cars, Porsche and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I changed my mind on a lot of that stuff. I changed my mind on a lot of that stuff. Just want to hold my money in solid investments or whatever, and enjoy life, have my kids, make sure there's solid human beings and adults and can live their dreams out. I really, yeah, thought I was wanted to reward myself with a Lambo or something like that, but I don't know. I don't think it's really important anymore. Um, I don't want to get on my TED Talks. I start a whole nother channel for that, so y'all don't have to get so much of that. Maybe I'll finally have an actual face channel. Making money. Nope, I thank God in Jesus Christ's name. So what are you DCing or just holding on what is best? Right now, I'm holding on to what I have. A lot of stuff is at good DCA points, and maybe I'll put out some DCA alerts, whatever. But also, I'm still watching this pattern. But you can join the group. I got pretty much all the picks in there, which is I always forget. I'll put the thing in the chat. I do see some developments on. Well, I've been seeing developments on some of the projects we're in. But if you want to join the Patreons at patreon.com/cryptozo, do you think BTC will have an unexpected raise like 10K one day and start pumping the market? Oh, of course. I mean, that's pretty much always how it's gonna be. That's what I was saying. Like a lot of people are like, oh, I'm just leave right now and I'll come back when. That comeback win is gonna be so fast that it's gonna be crazy. And I don't think people realize that. Snake said, "You're a good man." So I try to be every day. Like I said, I do, and I lapse. I do lapse. I regret a lot of stuff. Like I said, I mean, I cuss people out on this channel. Just being myself. That's not something I want to do, and I don't think it's being a good example, especially for a person who's being a Christian man. It's not something that I would want my kids to see. But if they do, I will. I just, like I said, I never deny anything I did, and I'm never like a lot of people try to walk around like they're perfect. I'll never do that. Like, yeah, I did this. I cussed dude out or whatever. I was upset at the time. Tell them why I did it, and why they shouldn't do it. But yeah, I mean, I try to be a better person every day. I'm not perfect, but I try to be, and I hopefully, like if I do my job, then maybe other people change their ways. But a lot of time, that doesn't happen all the time, though. But and it's also not my responsibility either. But I want to try to be the best example of a person that I can be. Sailor said he will buy BTC at. Sailor said he will buy BTC at 1 million a coin. He Sailor gonna say whatever, man. He bullish on Bitcoin, bullish on making money, bullish on MicroStrategy. I mean, I don't let these things phase me or whatever. But anyway, man, I hope y'all chilling. I hope y'all doing you're doing okay mentally. I know patience is a hard thing to have. Like I said, some people may came in and want to flip some money real quick to do something in their life, pay bills, build a pool in your backyard. I don't know, but it's just a little bit longer than you think. But a lot of people still have been in here less than 18 months, and I still say it's a short time for life changing money. So anyway, I'm about to get out of here. Keep your heads on straight. Don't let these people make you leave the market. Don't fall for the tricks. Just have patience. You got time to research projects too. You got time to research and learn some different things, but don't let them run your way. Anyway, patreon.com/cryptozo, and I'm gonna catch y'all next time.